Good morning. Welcome to Mantra 108, where we're working our way through our great relationship harmonizing mantra. Om Śrīm Mitraya Namaḥ. So here we are, beginning our third and final week of our 21-day practice. And we've been going through this practice. Good morning, Andrew. We've been going through this practice, chanting this wonderful mantra that takes us outside of ego, outside of embodiment, to chant at a more transcendent level for our relationships. But it's also important for us to, good morning, Cindy. It's also important for us to do what we can in this embodiment, to make, good morning, Bianca, to make good choices, to make right choices, so that we can offer the best of ourselves to our relationships, whether it's our relationship with another person or whether it's a relationship in groups. So, I've been reading to you from this sweet little book about yamas and niyamas. You all know this by now, because I've been working with it through this whole practice. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Holly. And so we're currently talking about satya, about truth. We've talked about ahimsa, doing no harm, asteya, non-stealing. Good morning, Corinne. We've talked about svadhyaya, which is the practice of self-study. We've talked about tapas, the practice of discipline, making sure that we're disciplined in our practices, so that we can bring the best of ourselves to our relationships. And currently we're talking about satya, truth. So satya, this yama, the first two yamas, ahimsa, nonviolence, and satya, truthfulness, are very interconnected, because as we discover the truths about ourselves, as we discover truthfulness as we view it, and as we begin to communicate that and live those truths, it's important that we keep ahimsa in mind, nonviolence, because the two of them are very interrelated. We don't want to go around spreading our truth and being unkind to others. Good morning, Sylvie. So I'm going to read a little bit to you about this idea of truth being fluid. We need to acknowledge that there's a fluidity to truth for us. Something that may have been very truthful for us in the past may not be truthful for us now with who we are today. So I'll read a little bit of this to you. Because of its marriage to nonviolence, truth has a fluidity about it. In one situation, truth shows up boldly and courageously, as when we do a tough intervention on a loved one who is faltering under alcoholism. That would be a very bold and courageous truth that we have to tell. In another situation, truth shows up in a most gentle way, as when we heap praise upon a young child's diligent artwork. Both of these examples show the different flavor that the practice of truth takes when it is partnered with the love of nonviolence. The compassion of nonviolence keeps truthfulness from being a personal weapon. Ooh, that statement is harsh. How many times, I know I'm guilty of this, how many times have we used truthfulness as a weapon against someone else? Satya asks us to think twice before we walk around mowing people down with our truth and then wonder where everyone went. The fluidity of truth also requires that we clean our own lens from time to time, periodically get new glasses with which to observe the world. Our seeing is limited by all the groups that shape us. We talked about that yesterday, the different groups that shape what our truth is, how we see our truth. So our seeing is limited by all the groups that shape us, as well as by our experience. What we believe, whether we're aware of that belief or not, informs everything that we do and every choice that we make. To be a bold person of truth is to constantly look for what we are not seeing and to expose ourselves to different views than the ones we hold sacred. As Yogi-Raj Achala reminds us, what are you not seeing because you are seeing what you are seeing? That's an interesting statement. What are we not seeing because we're so locked on to seeing that which we really enjoy seeing or hold in honor? Carl Jung understood the fluidity of truth when he made the statement that what is true at one time for us, at some point no longer serves us and eventually becomes a lie. So, truth, satya, as fluidity, as seen through the lens of fluidity, is an important thing that we keep in mind as we're embracing this practice of satya. What is true for me today, right now, in this moment, that may not have been true yesterday? Or what was so true for me yesterday or a year ago? Oh my gosh, look at how we're living our lives today. Look at what was true for us even 6 months ago and what is true for us today. How does our idea of truth and our living of truthfulness, how does it change? And how can we stay fluid with that and still embrace ahimsa, the idea of nonviolence, for ourselves and when we're relating to others with our truthfulness? So again, lots of juicy stuff for us to think about when we're moving through this practice of chanting a mantra that gives us healing and a new perspective on troubled relationships. So that new perspective is exactly what we're talking about today when we talk about approaching our idea of truthfulness and truth as something that is indeed a fluid practice. And if we bring that fluidity to our relationships, I believe that we honor satya much more. And I believe that we can gain new perspectives and healing in these troubled relationships. So with that, we will begin our practice for the day. I'll turn on our tampura. Go ahead and pick up your mala beads. Close your eyes and begin to sit with your satya for today. What is your truth for today? Close your eyes. Sit tall. begin to soften our skin and soften our muscles, soften our hearts, as we soften the lens through which we look when we're seeking the truth of our being. Maybe it's far, far more than we know, or maybe it's far, far less than we've imagined. Let yourself be fluid in your practice today. And we'll take a full inhale to begin. Auṁ Śrīm Mitrāya Namaḥ. 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 Auṁ Śrīm Mitrāya Aum Śrīm Mitraya Namaḥ. 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 Aum Mitraya Namaḥ. Aum Śrīm 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 Auṁ Śrīm Mitrāya Namaḥ. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Auṁ. So this brings us to the end of our practice today. I encourage you to think about satya, truthfulness in your life. Think about satya and how it expresses, and whether or not you've embraced the idea of truthfulness as fluidity. And just see what bubbles up for you with that. All right, thank you for being with me this morning. I will see you tomorrow morning for the second in our last week's practice of this beautiful relationship mantra. We love you too. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.